Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got to talk about what took place yesterday. Look, it was a absolute outstanding. Let me say it again, outstanding show up yesterday when you're talking about the media day, man. All the guys participated. You see guys surrounded around Barry Alexander there. We're going to talk about each interview and see exactly what took place yesterday. I think this was very telling. We had some eye-opening things, position movement, and guys told us a couple of things as far as weight gain. So let's take a look at this news and note things that popped out to me with these media updates. All right, first one we want to talk about is Alex Grinch. Alex Grinch, he made some very telling statements and let us in a little bit onto what he's thinking and what his processes are. They asked him questions as far as what does he think as far as his job being on the line. And he said, look, he gave a very practical answer, said that everybody's job is on the line. This is basically the nature of college football. And so this comes with the territory. Pretty much everywhere he's been, it's been that, whether it be at Washington State or whatever. So he kind of answered that question and kind of gave his feedback. He knows exactly where he's at with it, but I think he's very comfortable. He did mention about everybody being bigger, stronger, and faster. But one of the very telling comments, and I'm going to play this comment as well, but one of the very telling comments that he did have was talking about the safeties. They said, which guy you think will be out there next to Calen Bullock? And he said, well, we have several guys. And he started naming guys, Max Williams. He started naming other guys. He even named Bryson Shaw. He even named Zion Branch. So it appears that he's not all the way settled. It's going to be an open competition, man, when you're talking about the safety. So I think I think it's fair. Calen Bullock has, he's really proven himself. He's almost like Caleb. Caleb, you already know he's a starter. Calen Bullock's a starter. So when we're talking about guys coming in and competing and solidifying that spot, those two have already done it. So we'll see exactly who wins this other spot. But it's open. He even talked about Max Williams. He talked about Max Williams being a veteran, how he sealed the deal in some plays, especially with Oregon State. So he mentioned all those things, and he's very aware. And then he talked about Christian Roland Wallace. You guys already know he's a proven guy, as I've stated. And he thinks that Christian Roland Wallace can be a defensive back, cornerback, or can move over to nickel. So either one of those positions, but I do think he will be on the field. Let's take a look at some other guys as well. All right, the next guy is a massive sized guy standing at 6'6", 30, 40 pounds. This is Emmanuel Pregnon. Talks about his time here as well. Why he wanted to come, what was the choice, and it was kind of crazy because one of the things he was talking about, you guys know Solomon Byrd came from Wyoming as well. He talked about being in communication with Solomon Byrd and just how Solomon Byrd was from time to time encouraging him as he was still there. And then once the process really started rolling, kind of found comfort in Solomon Byrd. So he talked about that. But listen to some of the things he says about Lincoln Riley and as to why he came.
Who don't want to play for Lincoln Riley? I just want to come play for, program, and I want to be able to showcase my talent, and I wanted to do it with, I feel like a program and a coaching staff that would, get me to that next level mentally and physically as well, just being elite overall. That's what I wanted to do. So I know Lincoln Riley could do that. So that was my best option.
Was USC the immediate thought for you?
Check out Barry Alexander.
Through that portal process.
Yeah, it's Lincoln Riley, no question. Of course, it was SC for me, and it wasn't really much of a thought.
Really?
Yeah, so.
How soon did they reach out, and what was kind of that first conversation like?
I was talking to Coach Riley, just being recruited by him at Oklahoma. It was kind of, I knew it was safe. It was safe net, and it's a relationship that I already been developed, so it picked up pretty quickly, man. I'm coming. No, you're not. I'm coming for real. I was here.
And here was another interesting interview to me, and you see it here. This is Coach Roy Manning. Just talked about the process of competing, but he kind of lays it all out there as to what was what, and I think it's very telling what's going to take place. You got these guys. We'll talk about Solo, man. Solo, 265 pounds, coming from 240. He's going to get a real opportunity, man. Look, the depth is just unbelievable. But let's listen to Coach Manning real quick.
team in sacks, TFLs, and almost tackles. And I beat them out my senior year. And so if I had went into that thing and said, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to overcome that. This guy, literally returning, everything. And I just had my mind screwed on, right? Now he ended up playing a lot longer than I did in the NFL. That's one of my good friends. But my point is, you just don't know what's on the other side. And so you just keep your head down and you focus on what you have to focus on. And let us as coaches, we figure out the depth. Because the thing I'll remind these guys too, it's my job to put the best guy out there. I love every one of you. I want the best for every one of you. And you guys got to have some trust in us. We're going to put the best guys out there to help this defense and ultimately help this team. And that's where those relationships and things off the field with our players are extremely important.
Program is it you're coaching for your job this season? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think 21 years in the business, I think you're coaching for your job all the time. I think, pressure comes with it. I think about, Missouri or Washington State or Ohio State or Oklahoma. I think, I don't feel any different than I have in any other of those years. There's a lot of pressure on football coaches at our level.
All right, so one of the things that really stood out to me was Eric Gentry as well. Eric Gentry standing at 6'7" now. He confirmed it, 6'7", 223 pounds. He is officially a big boy. You could tell there, looking at his neck, looking at his arms, Eric looks bigger. And look, I think it's straight up go time with him. But he talked about trust. He talked about trust of the coaches and trust of all of his brothers, man. And one of the things that I've noticed that each one of these guys, when they make reference to one another, they now are talking about going to battle with their brothers, man. That lets me know that these guys formed a bond. These guys are brotherhood. And look, it's going to be straight up go time. You guys already know Eric Gentry and Mason Cobb are the two guys that I penciled in. That it's going to be competition, but those are the two guys I'm projecting to be the two starters, Mason Cobb and Eric Gentry. Also, I know the whole Trojan family, this is a fan favorite right here. This is Solo, man, but his official weight coming in is, you look, he stood at, he was around 240 last year, but now he's at 265 pounds. Unbelievable. Solo has been putting in all types of work, man. Give a shout out to Benny Wiley. Look, Benny Wiley is absolutely moving and grooving with these guys. Everybody looks physical. Everybody looks bigger, stronger, faster. Everybody's talking about it. Solo has put it in, man. So that's another big story that stood out to me, man, coming in at 265 pounds. He's absolutely going to move weight, move mountains. And I think arguably probably one of the biggest stories is this right here, which is Jonah Monheim. Jonah Monheim, you guys already know, started at right tackle. He's standing at 6'5", 320 pounds. Very experienced guy. Started, 21 games. I think played in a total of 27, if I'm not mistaken. But he is moving from right tackle, which he played in the spring, and he's now moving to left tackle. And so that is a very telling sign. He's going to be having that left side, covering that left side. Very experienced guy. You guys already know. Coach Henson confirmed it, and he's actually going to be replaced with Michael Turquin. Michael Turquin coming from the University of Florida. Very experienced guy as well. Had a nice PFF grade. And Michael Turquin played, even in the spring, he played left tackle at the University of Florida, but he will now be playing right tackle for the University of Southern California this season. So Coach Henson did confirm all of that. And so those are the stories I got for you guys. And look, it's only popping from here on out. It's only cracking. Look, practice begins today. Look, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.